By the way, did any of you, am I the only one here, did any of you get invited to Beyonce dinner the other night? I so did. I sent it to my wife. Love B at the bottom, yes. I got that. I love that. Dear Al. All right, so what can you trust? Not much. Now let me show you. What I'm about to show you is not particularly new. That is to say, it's been out a while, but I find that journalists, shockingly to me, still don't know about this. So I still spend time teaching you. Photoshop, in the last iteration of Photoshop that came out, has in it this wonderful tool that can only be used for evil where journalism is concerned. It's called content-aware fill. Content-aware fill. Now let me just sort of backtrack for a second. It used to be that if you wanted to clone something, if you wanted to change something, so maybe I want 5 of you sitting on, this row, it'd be pretty easy for me just to use the magic wand tool, outline you, clone you, and I can just clone you down here. But there almost always were problems with the clone, and that is that it wouldn't. There'd be color problems, there'd be fabric problems. It almost always would leave what we call digital artifacts on the photograph, and you could almost always figure it out. But with the content-aware fill tool, content-aware fill, as you're about to see, stitches together the digits so that it's almost imperceptible that you have cloned something. It figures out shadows, it figures out textures and colors, and it's a one-click clone. So, for example, my son, who's a photographer, he's a 15-year-old, but he shoots a lot of weddings because my wife's a minister. And so, my son was shooting this wedding a month or 2 ago. This guy who's, I think he's 92 years old, marrying his 87-year-old sweetheart, and he's in a wheelchair, and he's got this really big comb over, and the comb over, the wind is going like, it looks like a rooster. So my son calmed him down once, calmed him down twice, and he said, "Pop, I'm just going to have to clone this. I can't just keep fixing his hair." And so he ended up using this little cloning tool I'm about to show you, and gave the guy not only perfect hair, but more hair. The guy was so happy. He couldn't believe it. So let's see how this works. And I just want you to be aware. And then after I show you how it works, I want to show you how to find out, using forensic data, how to find out if a photograph has been altered.
It looked great when we took it, but in looking at it a little more closely now, we realized that we've got some lens flare here. There are a couple of pieces of trash on the ground. And of course, this is the one they've chosen for print. So we realized that we really need to give it some scrutiny and clean up some of the trash and the distracting elements in the image. They've also asked
I'm just going to zoom
that we go ahead and remove pickup artifact. And we can just pull these out really quickly and easily.
Can you see that?
Don't have to spend a lot of time.
I'll do one.
Just click on the area, and we're making a much better guess about the information.
See that tree up there? How hard would it be to get rid of the tree? Watch this.
Second here. And all I'm going to do is load that and just click delete and let content-aware fill chew through that and remove that tree for me. Something that would take forever and ever if I were to do that manually. It'd be really tough to balance the sky.
Boom.
So with just a single click of the mouse, we got a really...
Or let's say you want a photo but no road.
We don't have that. We only have the road that we drove out on. But let's see what content-aware fill can give us. Hopefully a starting point where we just have desert, and then we can go back and tune that up a little bit. So we're just going to let it chew through that road and put a desert over there. Excellent. Great start.
What's the program called now?
Well, that's just a Photoshop program. It's just Photoshop. But it's a button up in the top page up there. It's called Content-Aware Fill. Content-Aware Fill. It's part of the cloning tool. And all you got to do is just define what you want. It'll match and sew together all the colors and fabrics around it. It'll intuitively decide what it is you're trying to do. It's a one-click deal. Takes absolutely no skill at all. None. All right, so how do we find out if a photograph has been messed with using